Yeah, she now rocking with Mr. Wit. A little flavor from QBeats, you know that this a hit. Michael Jackson bad, yeah, this is it. A few months ago I was about to call it quits until I came across personalized math tutoring. FBT, the #1 solution. So what you waiting on? Everything is online.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Witt with Fort Bend Tutoring with another episode of Fort Bend Tutoring News. This time is for April 2013. What's up with that? There it is. So I have on here the April showers, April showers. There it is. And it rained heavily in the Houston area yesterday, so this is right on time. So we have April 2013, FBT News, Mr. Witt, and you right here in the place to be. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start out with #1. I want to tell you that cross multiplication is not penicillin. That's right, cross multiplication. It's not penicillin. So what do I mean when I say it's not penicillin, ladies and gentlemen? What I'm meaning is that a lot of people love cross multiplication, aka the extremes means method of solving equations, but you can't always use that. So what I have an issue with is the fact that some students, anytime they see a fraction, they'll immediately try to cross multiply. Let's say you have two numbers multiplying. Let's say you have 2/3 times 4/5. Okay, I've had students that would like to cross multiply. In other words, they'll multiply 5 times 2 to get 10, 3 times 4 to get 12 to come up with their answer. But this is a multiplication problem. You don't do that. You don't cross multiply. So instead, what you would do is you would just simply multiply straight across, and 2 times 4 is 8, and 3 times 5 is 15. Yeah. So the answer in that case would be 8/15. You don't cross multiply. Now, I will show you a situation where you would need to cross multiply, and that is a problem like this. Let's say that I have 2/3 equals to x over 9. A problem like that, yeah. Because anytime you want to cross multiply, you must have the following condition. You have to have a fraction, an equal sign, and then another fraction. It's the equal sign that's in the middle that allows you to use the extremes means method, aka cross multiply. So unless you have a fraction, an equal sign, and then another fraction, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot cross multiply. So don't try to confuse that with any of the other processes that you'll find in your classes, okay? So let's solve this problem. Here, cross multiplying, I would have 9 times 2 is 18, 3 times x is 3x, and then I would divide both sides by 3 to get x equals to 6, which is the answer, okay? So that's the only time you need to cross multiply, when you have a fraction equal to a fraction. So keep that in mind, because some people are trying to use it like penicillin and cure all of their ills in math with cross multiplication. So don't do that. Only use cross multiplication when you have a fraction equal to a fraction. All right, let's move on. Next issue I want to talk about. How to study for a standardized exam. What do I mean by a standardized exam? I mean like the ACT, the SAT, the THEA test, the COMPASS test, the STAR test, whatever these standardized tests you need to take, wherever state you're in, wherever you are, whatever country, it's all about the same. And here's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to study for a standardized exam, you want to use previous test problems. Yeah, that's it. The best way to study for these standardized exams is to practice problems from previous exams. That's right. So if you're going down to your local bookstore to look for a study guide, try to get study guides that have 8, 10, 12 or more practice tests within them, okay? So you want to try to get practice tests and preferably previous tests that have been released, all right? So if you're trying to study for the SAT exam, try to find a resource that has problems from previous SAT exams, all right? So you want to get as many of these types of problems down. Now, not only do you want to do this for repetition purposes, but you want to get comfortable with the type of problems they'll be asking you during the exam. And so, mind you, I am well aware that from time to time they change up the formulas, they change up the problems, of course, but at least you'll get a feel for the difficulty level of the problems and also what type of problems they'll be asking you in those types of exams. So try to get study guides that use previous exam problems within them, all right? And also a bunch of practice tests that you would have access to. So that's what you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, and that is going to be the 2 tips that I wanted to give you for FBT News. As always, this is Mr. Witt saying thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And we really appreciate those donations that you guys have been giving us. That helps us bring you more free math videos. Peace.
So what you waiting on? Everything is online. Just hit the website, they even got FaceTime. Subscribe to the YouTube, request a video. Watch your math skills go from alright to incredible. They got math, got algebra, got geometry. Pre-cal, calculus, can't forget trigonometry.